band.
Hello, hello.
We're not supposed to be live for another minute.
Could you shut the door?
Yeah, I gotta go make my drink yet. So.
I'll do that. Nope. Apparently. It says we're live. Hello, hello. Welcome. He ran out on me because he had to make a tea, I think. I'm not ready. Hello. I can hear you. Hello. Welcome. Hello. Hello, hello.
Is there people there?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch. You got 65. Привет. Welcome, welcome. I'm just trying to get hooked up so that I can moderate. I am well. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Aaron's coming. He's just doing his last minute running around.
I'm back. Where did I miss? Oh, 150 people. Where'd they all come from? Hey, that's what happens when you get up for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
This is quite something.
So most of it
Here's
is
yours.
Saying hello.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm gonna go make my tea now, thanks.
I could have made that for you.
I thought you were.
Well, I considered it. Thunder Bay. Look at that. Everyone is great. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, Mom. Hello, Pennsylvania. Greetings. Hi, hi, привет. Привет в Moscow. Привет from Krasnodar. Привет, привет. Good evening from Norway. They're so amazing. Isn't that amazing? Do you guys feel that as well? When you're reading through these, there's like people from all over the world. It's just really cool. Never in my wildest dreams. I know we've been doing this for a while, but still, I just never would have really thought about that. It's people from every corner of the world. Really neat. Hey, can you guys hear us good? I forgot to put the microphones on. Do we need microphones or can you hear us good? Somebody tell me. Albertans in the house. Sound is good. Хорошо. Хорошо. Как дела? I'm doing very good. Меня очень хорошо. Hello from Yalta, Crimea. I gotta go there. Maybe a little warmer. This winter's been amazing. All over the world. Northern Hemisphere, I should say. Extremely warm right now. I was just discussing with Friedland Frost, or not discussing, he sent me a text, a screenshot of the weather in Leader, Saskatchewan, where he's from, and it's minus 32 right now. And I didn't look here today, but yesterday was plus 1. Can't complain with that at all. But it hasn't really been like what I would call a normal winter. It's been really off because it's so warm, it's so mild, and we have like no snow. It's different, and it's been like that in various parts of Canada as well. Just very odd winter. Toronto, Canada, minus 32 this morning in Selkirk, Manitoba. Yeah, you guys can keep it. That's why I say Western Canadians are some of the toughest people on the planet. It's pretty cold there. Minus 27 in Thunder Bay. That's cold too. I do not miss that at all. If you're wondering, I'm reading from the phone in front of me, but it's easier on the laptop. So when my eyeballs are down like this, I'm actually reading off a laptop. And it's behind because that's old news and this is current. So every now and again, I read off of here. Plus 5 in New Brunswick. There you go. So I'm reading off both here. But get back to these. Hi from Sweden. Greetings from USA. Hi from Canada. Привет. Hello. House is looking great. Thank you. Привет. G'day. Земля. Что? Where's family? I think is what that means. No. Anneesa is not here to help me out, but I think this button. Where's the family that came to you? Aha! Not too far away. They have an apartment not too far away. Hi from Thunder Bay. Hope everyone's great. Moscow. Hello from Pigeon Lake. Salute, brother. Wow, Canada's getting hit with cold. Oh, I went right to the bottom. I did. Why? Pachimu. Privyet, comrade Arend. Hello, family. Have a nice stream. Hello, Ural is watching. Hi from Thunder Bay. I think we're caught up now. Moscow. Don't forget to feed those birds. Hi from New Brunswick. Good luck to all the family. Hello from Manitoba. There's a lot of Canadians in here today. If you didn't catch it, I did a little podcast with Joe Rose, the expat American. We were discussing some of the stuff going on in the world right now. It is available on our other channel, Countryside Corner. And among the things they're discussing is the possible merger of Canada and the USA, which I think is an interesting topic. Whether you like it or don't like it, it is an interesting discussion. And the pros and cons, I would love to delve into that more because Canada is so tied to America. I don't think it would change anything to the negative for Canada. Essentially, Canada is part of the U.S. and eliminating the border for real, I think actually. Well, no, I was just noticing how many Canadians are in here. So I mean, in many ways, Canada is already so tied to the USA that I don't think a lot would change, but it would be interesting. Hello from Belarus. Hello, Russian Canadians. Yes, international indeed. Happy baptism to you, Caswell County, North Carolina. Burton's in the house. Sound is good. Greetings to Krasnodar from Yablonovka. Hello from Toronto. Perfect. Good. Happy holidays. All is fine. Good. Hello, Yablonovka. Hello from Ufa. Will you get hogs? Yes. I'm looking forward to it. We were literally talking about it today as I was frying up some pig fat. What do you call that? It's not lard at that point. Pig fat is. People here eat it raw, which I think it's disgusting. I was always told you can't eat pig raw, but you can buy hunks of fat salted. It's not technically raw. I guess it's cured, but it looks like a raw fat from a pig. Anyway, just to be sure, I like mine fried anyway. So just to be sure, we sliced it up and throw it in the frying pan and just lightly fry it, flip it, fry it, eat it. It's so good. I like it.
I don't like it.
Yeah, probably not good for your arteries, but it tastes good.
Yeah, or your
anything. Maybe good for your skin. Good fella, I am хорошо. Very good to hear it. Efficiency of the internal combustion engine modernization refinement of the car. Hello from Caucus. Yes, here's good. Sitting down to lunch in Toronto. How's the Russian coming along? Minus 32 this morning in Selkirk, Manitoba. Russian's slow. I was planning on studying Russian all winter, and it did not quite work out that way. It just always seems to be something to do. For all of you who are alarmed by it, though, we do have 3 years. By the time, or from the moment we get our temporary residency, we still have 3 years.
And you're doing well. You're picking up a lot.
I am picking up a lot, yes, but I'm still not very good at Russian. Now, we don't actually have temporary residency yet. We're still here on asylum. We should have our temporary residency by the end of this month, early February, something like that, if all goes well. Or maybe they'll deny us and kick us out. I don't think that's going to happen. Relax, calm down. Everything's okay. Is the lumber any better where you are compared to Canada? Depends on where you shop. Canada has great lumber too. I've never really had an issue. I mean, the odd time you get some that's pretty questionable, real twisted and gnarly looking, but all in all the lumber I've gotten here is phenomenal. I can't complain. It's been very good. The selection of pine is touch and go. There's not a very good selection of pine. I don't know why that is. Like, I don't even have wide boards here. We have very, very good selection for like even furniture grade pine. And I haven't found that here yet. And I've talked to some people in other areas and they have even worse selection of lumber than we do. They were shocked at how nice lumber we have here in Nizhny. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't explored why that would be. Lots of trees around in Russia, but I mean, there is in Canada too. So I don't know. Nizhny.
I don't know. It's not a question for me.
No? +5 New Brunswick. Wow, Canada's getting hit with the cold. Salute, brother. Hello from Pigeon Lake. Are you getting hogs? No, they will not kick you out. I sure hope not. Wouldn't that be something, eh? We can forever say, well, we have a nice house in Russia. Nah, where would we go? I'm not going anywhere. Oh, I missed so much. Greetings from Calgary, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Hello from Baffin Island. Weather here in Yalta is much like North Florida. Your Russian sounds amazing. Oh, thank you very much. 25 inches of ice on Red River. Fishing is pretty good. Much ice fishing around you in Russia? I'm not an ice fisherman, but yes, guys, we're ice fishing quite a while ago already on ice that, in my opinion, looked way too thin. But those Russians are out there braving the ice. They're braving the lack of ice, and they're fishing. There's a whole slew of them out there on the lake not too far from here. Do the children ever quarrel? There's a question for you. Go ahead, Mama.
Oh, of course they do.
No, never.
Yes, they do. Quite often.
The trick is when you put your order in, there's an extra box. It's hard to see, but you got to check it
when we're placing the order for children.
Or for the children, yes. It's a small box of small letters, but you got to check that off for perfect kids. If you don't do that, you just never know what you might get.
You check off like more like their mother. Then they don't quarrel as
I don't remember seeing that part on there. I don't think that's on there. Yeah, maybe that's the French one.
If they're more like their father, that's when they're.
Then they're closer to her.
You're right. That's when they quarrel.
Yes, our children do quarrel from time to time. Greetings from the Moscow region. Tomorrow we will have +4. Nice. Warmest winter in my life. Moscow calling. Canada has everything to gain. Hello from Boston. Hi guys. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Say privyet again. Privyet. What is he talking about? I don't know what he's talking about.
He doesn't know half the time either.
Words just come out. Greetings from Wisconsin.
He doesn't talk in his sleep. I'm surprised.
I don't sleep. Rhonda, it was an excellent talk. Countryside Corners is great. Thank you very much, Rhonda. Positive feedback is always nice.
Mm-hmm.
Never really know which direction to go. Do you want to go more to politics or less? Or I actually do enjoy politics.
That's something we should talk about. What kind of conversations would they like over there? We've debated more doing like podcast style stuff.
Gotta be careful not to get booted off of YouTube either.
No, but like, are they more interested in like homesteading stuff? Are they Are they interested in like family stuff? Are they interested in? I don't know. What are they interested in?
Yeah, maybe I should do some polls. It's a great idea. Hey, somebody recently actually sent us a whole list of questions.
Yes.
In kind of a podcast style almost. And I was like, perfect. That's what we need. So now we have some ammo. We can sit down and we can.
We have some questions.
Talk.
Gotta be careful with your words.
Why?
Because the analytics might not like them.
Some of them don't understand us anyway. It's all good. It's all good.
It's not the people.
YouTube.
It's YouTube.
No, anyway, good material is always something. So this channel is more dedicated to our life and construction, farming, cooking, animals, whatever it may be. So that's normal content because we just wake up and film it. But the other channel is more, it's a little harder to find content. So if you have suggestions or questions, email to us. They're always good. We do have that stack of emails still. There's a lot of good questions. We do. Kaliningrad welcomes. Translate the chat into English. We actually can't do that. That's YouTube. How many degrees is it at your home? Outside or inside? Inside, I don't know. +20? Probably. I have no idea.
Maybe.
Outside, I think it's like
-6.
Is it that cold today? Look it up on a phone there. I think maybe -1. Yanni's Nile. I am a foreign student in Nizhny. It would be great if we could meet your audience. Meet my audience. The audience is all over the world. It might be hard to meet them all.
No. I think they want to know.
What do you mean to meet us, maybe?
Yeah, we were thinking about maybe inviting some. Are we going to say it? Or?
Can if you like.
We were thinking about having some of our audience come and meet us.
No, don't say it. It's too late now. It's just being silly. Go ahead. I was waiting for you to say it, and then I was going to say, don't say it.
Yeah. Anyway, we were thinking about having maybe an occasion in the summer where we would invite some of you to meet us and get a tour of our home.
Maybe we could wait. We could wait until there's like a lot of manure that needs to be shoveled out of the barn or something. Then invite everybody over.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
But that's obviously people that are only in Russia. It wouldn't apply to people outside of Russia.
Sure it would. They could come.
Well, if they want to come for a visit to Russia, then they maybe.
Oh yeah, we meet with people all the time. We just met with another American there for supper the other night.
But we might have to think this through to figure out how we want to do it yet.
It hasn't been thought out. After 2 years, you need to take tests for citizenship. No, I don't.
No, it's a lot longer than that.
Once we get our permanent residency, or temporary, sorry, then we have 3 years. In that 3 years, we either have to apply for permanent residency or probably leave. I don't know. After 3 years, we can. And then once you're permanent resident, you can be a permanent resident forever if you want. But our goal is full citizenship, and that would be the next step. Know the children, know the language. Mm-hmm. If he does not Russian in 2 years, will they be evicted? No. Guys, I would love to visit you this summer. What is the best way to do it? Probably by car.
Don't just show up.
No.
Just email us, and we might be able to just...
Yeah, email us so we can schedule something, probably. That would be the best way.
Mm-hmm.
How's the lumber over there? Out here in Nova Scotia, it is pretty garbage. How's the price and quality? Okay, so I don't know exactly what Canadian lumber price is anymore, but I would say it was about a quarter of the price. It has gone up since we moved here. A few things have, but they have in Canada too. So some of that's normal, and some of it's not. Quality, amazing. I can't complain about any lumber that I have, but friends of ours, John Hare in Altai, I know they have complained about the quality of their lumber. It has not been good.
Are you pregnant?
No, I'm not pregnant. Why would you think that? I'm just putting on the pounds.
No, I'm not pregnant. I'm just fat.
So, just fat.
Just fat.
We're both fat.
Way too much fat.
We got to build another house this summer.
Mm-hmm. No, I just need to stop editing videos and get out.
Stop eating.
And stop eating. Yeah, that's hard.
What's your favorite thing you've learned in Russian? Good question. What's the favorite thing you learned in Russian? Like favorite word?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was asked that on live TV one time on an interview. It's like, I don't know. I forget what word I picked, but afterwards it's like, that's kind of dumb. Favorite thing I've learned in Russian? I have no idea. I've learned a lot of cool things. I did. Sound is popping on my end. I've reloaded and
congratulations on your pregnancy.
We're not pregnant.
We're not. Yeah.
No. Just fat. What do you think about Canada as the 51st state? I already voiced that early on. I think it's a good idea. I think it would benefit Canada. I think it would benefit Western Canada because Western Canada is abused by Eastern Canada and never gets listened to. And I think it would do it a world of good. Northern Ontario has a similar problem because Northern Ontario also never gets treated fairly compared to Southern Ontario. And it's just because that's where the voting demographic is. So I think it would be good. As long as each province gets full state rights and all Canadian citizens would get full citizen rights protected under the Constitution, then I think Canadian citizens would be in better shape than they are now. That's just my feeling on the matter. But hello from Swift Current, Saskatchewan, -28. Brr, that's gold. That is gold. Who is pregnant? Oh my. There's going to be rumors going around now.
No.
Somebody that knows how to type Russian, write it in there clearly. No one is pregnant.
That Anneesa is just obese.
Not obese. That's not nice to say. That. She's just a little bit larger than she would like to be. All right. What do you guys think about Canada? What is your favorite thing? What's your favorite sport?
Stop touching the mouse.
What's your favorite sport, honey?
No, I don't know. I used to like volleyball.
Oh yeah, I forgot about volleyball. I don't mind that either. Yep. What you typing?
I don't know. This thing never works. I don't know why.
Neither do I. Just ask someone else to type it. Or you can type it on the phone there. You can type it in there. Boop. There you go. Something wrong with your keyboard, man.
It does it every life.
Favorite word or phrase? Yanni Punny Mayo? That one works pretty good. I don't know if I have a favorite. I guess I don't really think of
That's
things
probably
like
mine. Yanni Penny Mayo.
Penny Mayo.
That's the best one I've ever learned.
Yeah, this person keeps saying you're pregnant and congratulations, and I don't know if they speak English or not, but maybe somebody could just inform them that we're not actually pregnant. So that would be good.
It's probably just a
spamming.
It's probably just a spam.
Maybe. Well, we'll see.
I'm sure we'll.
Can I have my mouse back? These wonderful people. You are such beautiful people. Oh, that's nice. How's your tractor? It's good. It's back. Our video is going to come out later on it because we are like a week or two behind. But it's good. Tractor's back. I think it's fixed. Speak Russian to make it clear. I don't know your overseas language. Okay. Jan Kreifanger. Brakes. It's a classic problem with modern non-Soviet Belarus quality. Personally, I also believe that it would be a good step for Canada to get clinic appointments faster than 9 months. Yeah, that would be lovely. So so the podcast thing I did with Joe Rose aired today, and we discussed that topic a little bit. And some of the comments that I got back is that Canadian healthcare is so much better than American. And I was like, where are you living? I just seen a little video clip the other day. I forget where that was on. Did you watch that too? Anyway, some new doctor opened up a clinic, and there was literally a huge line. It's cold weather out, people in toques and like winter hats and gloves and all this stuff. Big line down the road, all these people hoping they can get in to this new doctor because there's such a shortage of doctors in Canada. You can't see one. I'm blown away at the level of healthcare here in this country. You know, it's so much better. Canadian healthcare is horrendous. Yeah, you might not have to pay for it, but I mean, you can literally die in the waiting room, waiting for a doctor to come and look at you.
Sorry.
Gives birth to ducks here, one after another. Who's giving birth to ducks?
I think it's a translation issue.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe they're talking about me.
I don't know. Excellent idea. I'm excited to join the USA. That's what I was thinking. I don't want to wait at the border if you want to
Who
cross.
is Anneesa?
Who is Anneesa? This is Anneesa. Right.
Where did these people come from?
Welcome to Countryside Eggers. My name's Arend, and this is Anneesa, my
Hi.
wife. Beaumont, Alberta, minus 24. Woo, let's go. What's your least favorite sport? All of them. I don't do sports personally. Least favorite sport. I don't mind a round of golf, actually. That's not bad. I don't mind kicking the soccer ball or watching the soccer game. I love watching hockey games. Football's all right. I don't mind it either. I like playing it back in school, but
plant growing.
But watching it's not really my thing. Least favorite sport? I don't know. Oh, I like swimming too. Is that class as a sport?
I think baseball would be mine.
Oh yeah, I don't care for
I
baseball.
can't hit that ball for the life of me.
I can't hit the ball, I can't catch the ball, I can't throw the ball, and I don't really like running. Umpire. I can maybe be an umpire.
Maybe.
Their favorite sport is construction. Yes. First prize to Marina.
Yeah.
You got it. Ontario, Canada, first live. Aaron, maybe you should try plant growing. I don't know about the Nishinoga region, but here it is difficult to sell meat products profitably. The price of meat often falls.
We will be doing plants too.
We plan on doing that too, yeah. Idea, you can make videos about learning Russian or learning some difficulties in Russian language, and people online will help you, and maybe it can be a good learning for you and other foreigners. Yeah, it wouldn't be very interesting to watch, though. And if you don't make content that's easy to watch, then people will not watch it. And, well, it's true. Sounds dumb, maybe, but when you're making videos, you want stuff that people actually enjoy watching. And that's always the trick, is to make engaging, interesting content. Otherwise, you don't get paid either, right? So, yeah. Sound has dropped again. That's not good.
That was a while ago. Nobody else has complained, though. So.
You're breaking up really bad. Ivan hopes for a miracle. I'm a foreign international student in Asia. It would be great to meet you guys. Making fair... Well, send us an email. If you want to meet us ever, email us. Boom, 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 boom. What's up? Did it die?
I don't know.
If Trump joined Canada to USA, our more and other families would move to Russia like you.
No politics.
Who wants no politics? If Trump joins Canada to the US, would more families move to Russia like you? Well, I don't know. There's a lot of Americans that would like to leave too. The main thing is that both countries are going down the tube. It's just that I believe America is still in better shape than Canada is. That's obviously my opinion, but I think it's provable. As far as traditional values and Christianity would go, I believe that America is in better shape. And therefore, I also would support Canada. Well, depending on where, I guess Canada varies. Western Canada is in much better shape than Eastern, and that's also on the liberal and conservative lines. And joining the States would help with that, maybe. But there's still a lot of people. I mean, it's all heading in the wrong direction. There are a lot of people that would be very interested in coming to Russia. I know there are people who are interested. Where are you? You are lovely, Anneesa. Amen. I agree. I agree. I rank beef from Alberta as better than Ontario, for example. Everything's better in Alberta, isn't it? Trump was just joking.
Yeah, I think it was just a joke, of course. But...
Oh, I think he was trying to get a rise out of Trudeau, but it is still an interesting discussion. And in reality, Canada is, although it's a separate nation, it is so incredibly tied to America, American markets, and American politics that it is essentially the 51st state. I mean, I've said that for 20, 30 years already, right? It's not a new joke. It's something that everybody knows. When America says something, then Canada does it. I forget which president it is, but he said it in a threatening way to the Canadian Prime Minister many, many years ago, that I walk quietly, but I carry a big stick. Any of you history buffs out there should be able to punch in which president that was. But that's essentially it. I carry a big stick, the United States Army. You do as you're told. And Canada, most of the time, toes the line exactly how Americans wants it. So, which then essentially makes us part of the States anyway. Heard at New Year's, Canadian roast beef was just under $50 a kilo. Oh, okay, I can't verify that. It's expensive. I know that. Ivan is a provocateur from Ukraine. How was the one under the nickname Surprise who was banned? I don't know. We don't have. Would you be nervous if President Putin visited you for dinner?
No.
You've done so much to show how
I'd be
great a
nervous,
country
but I
Russia.
would love that.
I would be absolute highest honor, but yeah, I would be nervous. I mean, I don't know if
but
I'd
we
be
wouldn't
welcome.
be scared of him.
Not sure if it'd be if our house would be good enough. I guess I don't know. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I think it'd be pretty cool.
We have to serve a pretty fancy meal.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, but
I think he's
what?
a normal
No,
guy.
I was
We
gonna
just serve a
say he
normal
would
meal.
actually. I think he would.
Yeah, that would be quite something. I definitely would want a photograph to hang up because nobody would ever believe it.
I know.
Maybe do a little YouTube podcast with him, right? Maybe that would be interesting. Aaron, did they return your tractor to you after repairs? Yes, it came back yesterday. Roosevelt said that. Okay, I know somebody. Thank you very much. Scooter Scat wins the prize. Hello, Aaron, brother. What's up with the house siding? When are you making it? It's here. I need to get a few more things done. So the porches need to be on. All the trim work needs to be on. Metal trim work and trim work for the porches. And soffit, fascia. No, fascia could wait, but the soffits all need to be up. No, fascia does too, I guess, wherever it touches the wall. Get all that stuff done, and then we will start on the siding. But I'm not in a big rush. The house is weather tight. No water's getting in, and that's all that really matters. In the U.S., you can die in front of the hospital if you can't afford $500 to $600 a month health insurance.
It's so sad.
Yeah, but in Canada, you can have all the health insurance you want, but you can still die waiting.
I was told here that they wouldn't deny you any service.
Well, in Canada, technically, they don't either, but there's just no doctor that ever comes out to see you.
That's
So.
the problem. Yeah.
Right? Nobody gets denied whether you have a health insurance or not in Canada, but you can sit. I've sat in emergency for a long time bleeding, and people on wait lists for specialists and stuff, 9, 10 months.
I know. Yeah.
I mean,
my
it's terrible.
gallbladder nonsense was just.
Yeah, I have dual citizenship. I'm a Dutch citizen as well, and I was told a long time ago not to get rid of Dutch citizen because the healthcare is much better there. And if I ever got into serious trouble, myself or the children, I would be better off flying them to the Netherlands and getting healthcare there. Now, I can't speak to that. I don't know what system the Netherlands has, but I do know that Canadian healthcare is horrible. It's just incredibly delayed and slow.
Oh, right there.
I brought them down. Everybody said everything was good. Are they?
So,
All right.
Might as well use them.
So we use these. They work good. But I think it's an internet issue. Actually, I don't think it's I don't think the issue is the microphones. But we will see. Is it on?
Mm-hmm.
Test.
Yep,
Testing.
they're all hitting the dirt.
Yeah, it's so loud. Sorry about that. All right, hopefully that's better. Anneesa, you are beautiful and not fat at all.
Oh, I'm a little pudgy. I need to lose some weight, and that's okay.
I think you're beautiful.
Thanks.
I don't really care if you're fat.
Well,
There's probably a limit to that, I guess. But
if you gotta roll me to bed, that
Yeah.
might be a little excessive.
Yeah, to move our room downstairs, you couldn't take the stairs. Yeah, that might be too much. Half a year and moved into your home. Good job. Dimitri, hello. I've been watching your channel for a long time and I never stop admiring you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Previously, it was possible to translate a live broadcast. Never. Unless you do it in the index, maybe.
Maybe
in the index.
I don't know.
Nat Holiday, you know the one place they won't deny you is for the euthanasia service. Total abomination. Oh, I know. That's just disgusting. There's no value for life anymore.
Volume went low, it says.
It went down?
I'm not sure why.
I don't know.
Hello.
What's your favorite part of Russia? The people. I think I'm going to stick with the people.
Mm-hmm.
Just blown away. As I said earlier, I think that was in that podcast. I rewatched it again today, but Canadians are known all over the world for being like super friendly and polite and nice. And I think Russians give them a run for their money, for sure. There are a lot of very wonderful people here. And that's really what makes a nation. At the end of the day, it's the people in it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And Anneesa, are you planning a cooking show? Question from my wife.
Did you see that? He didn't want to be known for the guy asking about a cooking show.
Blamed it on his wife.
No, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I might do cooking, but
thanks to your channel, I began to speak English better. You know, I had some people tell me I don't speak English very good.
Really?
So I'm glad I can help.
You don't?
Somebody was saying that, yeah.
You speak really fast.
Those bots that show up.
Mm.
Somebody said I was not even English. I was fake or something. I'm a Russian with a fake English accent or something like. There was a comment like that.
Remember because you're Canadian accent.
Yeah,
something.
I'm an FSB plant, born in Russia.
Don't spread any.
And I have a fake, a horrible fake. I didn't learn it very well. Canadian accent. Something like that. It was some bogus. It was funny.
Yeah. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
She's gonna do some cooking shows. She should. I'll videotape her for you, and she's not paying attention, and she's cooking me dinner.
Maybe.
Fires are 3 hours away from us in Los Angeles at the moment. Almost everything has been extinguished. That is a story and a half, dude. The fire. That's crazy. Yeah, we're thinking of you. We are all Europeans in Russia. Russia, USA, Germany, USA, USA. That's my intelligence coming out right there.
That's your Russian.
Yep, -24 in Calgary. That is cold.
It's funny. I was sounding out a sign the other day. And remember, I said to you, I'm like, that just in my head, it just doesn't make sense because I'm sounding it out in English, and then I'm realizing that it's a Russian sign. And yeah,
that's why it didn't make any sense.
I have such a hard time with the C's because, like, with the C and an A in English together, make the K sound. Right, like cat or catch, and we don't have you don't have a K when it comes to that K sound with an A beside it. Like if there's any,
you were saying that to me the other day.
Yeah, and it's just like when I read a sign and I'm like, okay, that should be cap, and I'm like, oh no. See, you kind of have to put yourself into a different thought process, and you just did that there.
USA. Welcome to USA. Enjoy your stay. I agree. You are beautiful and have a beautiful soul, which is much more important.
Thank you.
I think they were talking about me.
I was going to say. Yeah.
Greetings from Croatia. Hello from Alberta, Canada. I hear good. I think it means here.
Oh, that's good.
She hears good because her ear is good.
There you go.
We're just on a roll here. Anneesa, is your hair really long? It looks like it.
No. It's about that long. I don't know. It's not
It's
that
fairly
long.
long. Best family on YouTube.
Thank you.
Oh man, I like this person. Somebody said I know how to sweet talk, and I think they're doing a good job too.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to your channel, I began. Oh, I read that already. English. God grant that everything is extinguished and people are compensated so they can build new houses for themselves. Yes.
Somebody asked about your educational level or our educational levels.
I ain't got much for schooling. A little bit. I grade 11. So in Canada, normally you go to grade 12, and then people go off to. Oh no, they used to be 13. Is that still right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
that
then
was
you go to
extra,
university
though.
and college.
You could graduate at grade 12.
I quit after grade 11. I had enough. So I have half of my grade 11, and I said, forget this. This is not for me. Schooling is just not that much fun, and I like working. So I went to work full time. I was already working part time in grade 11, and then I said, forget it. Actually, I was gonna finish at home, homeschooling, like correspondence via the internet. I did like one course of that and said, forget it, and I've been working full time ever since.
So you have learned everything as a high school dropout.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed school, and I had some really good teachers that crammed a lot of history and things like that. But it's what I always say too. There it goes. It's important to create a hunger for learning, and if you can do that, which I believe my teachers did, then there's no end, because you'll just find the right books and you'll just keep cramming more knowledge into your head, and that's our goal with our kids. Not saying I want them to be dropouts, but the main importance is to create a hunger for learning. They'll find the material after that, and also then of course in the day and age we live in now, the access to information is phenomenal. It's everywhere.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I'm a high school dropout.
Me too.
No college, no university.
I did college.
Yep. All right. Good evening, lovely family from ex-Yugoslavian living in Germany. I saw you were wondering what do plant grow and all that. May I suggest beets, strawberries, and blueberries?
Bees.
Oh, bees. My eyes aren't too good.
Dropout.
I can't read. Yeah, well, we're hoping to do bees, strawberries, blueberries, carrots, potatoes, everything. Everything you can think of that goes on your table, we would like to grow it. We have a €5 super chat from Dennis Friesian for the sweets. Kind regards from Germany. Thank you very much, Dennis. We appreciate it. I don't know if they need any more sweets.
They're a little wired.
They get a lot of sweets in Russia. Did we heart that? We should be able to. Aha, there we go. Check mark it. Thank you very much. Jimmy, your guy's story is amazing. Thank you very much. Doug, when will you begin starting your garden plants? Just harvested our cabbage, typically the brassicas. And potatoes can begin planting next month. And there. Yeah, it'll be a little early.
We are
May, right?
May 1st, I'm pretty sure here. And we can start our starter plants here shortly.
You know we're getting old when you have to. She just enlarged the printing on the screen for us old folks here. Now I can see better. So.
Anyway, I think we can start doing our seeds inside here shortly, like in two weeks or so. I have to find a spot for that, and then we can put them outside in the 1st of May. So that would be a lot earlier than what we're used to.
Yeah, because we're May 2-4 in Canada. Canada, Russia, China, and Greenland should merge. Well, there's an idea. I should do a podcast on that.
Order.
No, not the one world order.
And everybody will be together and united.
Well, Canada's only 40 million. Greenland's like 40,000 or 50,000. That would be interesting. Marina, I also don't know English well, but I watch and I learn.
Sure, they're getting.
Probably doesn't help that I talk so fast. I could try talking slower. I'm gonna grow me some bees. Cattle plans. Yes, I'm looking forward to getting some Angus this spring. Gotta get the barn finished up here. The Angus don't really need a barn, but I like just to have a place to confine them if needed. And we're looking for milk cows. That would be our first thing, is to buy 2 or 3. Well, see how many we can afford, basically. But looking at some milk cows. I did talk to one guy about them. He's got some nice brown Swiss cows. Probably just start with 2. One for ourselves, and then one we can start selling some butter and cheese. But I also would like, a neighbor just showed me of cattle. I forget what they're called now. and they are native to Nizhny. Actually, it's a kind of a heritage breed, and we are always interested in heritage breeds. G.O. Gorbatov, yeah, Gorbatov cattle, and they were bred from this part. There's not that many around anymore, but they have really high butter fat, lower volume of milk, but much higher butter fat, which of course is going to be good for making butter, butter, cheese, that kind of stuff. So I'm interested in looking into those, see what we can find, and they're also smaller. A lot of the heritage breeds are shorter, smaller. But it's kind of neat, and I think it would add because we would be helping to preserve a breed that is on its way out. I think it would be kind of interesting, maybe even as a tourist attraction. Canadians and Russians need to take vitamin D in the winter.
Yeah, we probably should.
We probably should take more of that. Yeah. We plus have no frost, but happy Epiphany. Yeah, there's not much for cold here. I hope you visit Russian Far East. I would like to.
I'd love to take the
We've
train.
been talking about the Siberian Railroad, but that would be, we got to save up for that one because to do that with 8 kids will not be cheap. Anneesa, what did you study in college?
PSW, personal support worker. I work with elderly.
Old people.
Old people.
Washing, cleaning.
Yeah, mentally challenged.
Oh, yeah, not just old people, I guess, yeah.
Disabled people.
Yep. She's just got a wonderful heart. She's always liked helping people. Now, fellas, you got to find a woman like that because you need to be looked after. It really helps.
Yeah.
To find someone with a kind heart that's willing to put up with us.
You need to be looked after.
I do. Thanks. Our property tax is high. Hey?
Sorry.
You calling me mentally challenged? No, some days.
Just maybe. Kidding.
Our property tax is high in Russia. No, but I couldn't tell you how much they are. Why haven't you shown us the second floor of your house lately? I haven't done anything up there. Do you know?
We will eventually do a house tour.
Yeah, eventually we'll do a full house tour. Do you know that 2025 in Russia is 80th year from Victory Day? Isn't that awesome? The crappy part, the stupid part, the silly part, the not so nice part is that the world is spoiling for it all over again, and that's sad. Generations come and go and people forget, and then you kind of find yourself back to the same nonsense. But that's cool. That's definitely worthy of celebrations this year, big time. There was a Ukrainian attack on the internet infrastructure in Russia. Have you had any problems with the internet? Interesting. When was that, I wonder? Cougs Johnson, I've been learning Russian since 2018. You are correct about speaking slow. I'm always asking Russians. Oops, what happened? Oh, that's a good question here. Can you RV across Russia? That's a great question. I'm guessing no, and that's too bad because people do it, but how do I explain that? So as a foreigner, as a tourist, as a foreigner, you have to register in a house, and you can't register in an RV. So I don't know how that would work. Yeah, I've been wondering that myself because obviously that's hugely popular and also creates a lot of tourist dollars in USA, Canada, in North America. People traveling all over the place. I think it's good. It helps a lot of areas that have tourist attractions attract more people. And people obviously do that now primarily in motorhomes and travel trailers, more so than tents. But even with tents, you still need to register somewhere. So I don't know how that would work. That would be very problematic if you need to be registered. I mean, how are you going to register? You're in a motorhome. You're not staying somewhere. You're not at a hotel. So I'm still really hoping that they will change the registration somehow because it is a pain in the neck. It's not, especially for foreigners coming, it's not an easy thing. It would be nice if they can fix that.
Do you face some daily problems due to the fact that you don't speak Russian?
No, not really. No. The Russian people are super patient and friendly. Yeah, I mean, I have a limited sentences and phrases that I know, and limited sentences and phrases that I understand. And even it's amazing what the human brain can do, because even if you don't understand the sentence, if you understand 2 or 3 words in the sentence, then you pretty much know It's like same as reading a sign. You know, you don't know the whole sign, but you know some of the words, and you have a pretty good idea of what it says. And I don't find her wrong that often. So when people ask when you need something, I don't understand everything they say, but you get the gist of the
I
question.
feel like a lot of people know English,
That too.
and kind of it's kind of like a cheat.
Yeah. Now, I guess in the fact that there's a lot of things going on that we don't understand as far as our business is concerned, or how to do this step or do that step, but then you just have to ask the right people, and we have a lot of good people around us that can help us.
Yeah, one thing that we did is we hired like an assistant right away.
Yeah, and
like
she's fluent in English and Russian
early
and German.
on, and she assists like kind of behind the scenes with things if we need help or helps find things.
I actually
for
recommend
us,
everybody do that because that has taken a big pressure off. Now we don't have to worry about that because we can just ask her to look after it.
Yeah, and just something so simple of finding things and just takes the burden off of the original stress of the whole move, right? And slowly but surely, her job changes to different things because I get less and less dependent on her. But originally, I think that was a huge one, and you had somebody that kind of took that role for you.
And we have made some really good friends here.
And then you had almost an assistant through the whole build.
Mine wasn't paid.
Yeah, he did it all for you, Jared.
But we have made some really good friends, and that helps as well. I mean, people that are willing to look out for us. Yeah. Good questions. Gorbachev cattle, do they all have a mark on their head? Not Gorbachev. Gorbatov. This year we have an abnormally warm winter. Did you understand that? Gorbachev. Gorbachev has like a birthmark on his head. This year we have had an abnormally warm winter. Usually we have waist deep snow, and it's very cold. We haven't had such a warm winter for 20 years. I heard 30 years. I heard it's the warmest in 30 years. But maybe I'm wrong. You guys face some dating. Oh, we read that one already. Coffee. Do Russian citizens need coffee? Register every night as well. No, well, yes and no.
Yeah,
they're supposed to be registered, but I know a lot of Russians aren't, and there's nobody checking on them, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I don't know. It really, really nice if they could change that. It is a pain. It's probably one of the largest problems with immigration right now for people coming. Hopefully they will add benefits to the new family values visas so people can travel. Yeah, maybe. And now, I mean, there's the thing too, a driver's license. That's going to be a big problem because they've changed some rules there as well. So when people come, they have to change over their driver's license once they become temporary residents, I believe.
A year.
I need to look into that a little bit more because that's all in Russian. Now, some countries will allow you to do a driving test in the language of your choice, more or less. It is a driving test for anybody who thinks that's not fair. It's a driving test, not a language test. It's a driving test. And so all foreigners that come have 3 years to learn the language. But if they are then required to learn or to get a new driver's license within 1 year, then they effectively need to know the language within 1 year, not 3. And that doesn't make any sense. Now, if you're going to move to Moscow and take the city bus, not a problem. But if you're going to live out in the country and try to live a normal life here,
or with a large family,
or you have a large family, that's almost going to be impossible. So I don't know. Hopefully they get that one figured out too. Again, I believe God brought us here. I'm not worried about it. Everything will sort itself out. Aaron, please tell us more in your videos and show the construction process. It's very interesting. We're learning from you. The problem with that is I don't like stopping my work.
I have a tripod.
I know, but then you got to set it up, and then it's just one shot. And
I got 2 tripods.
It's much easier when someone else is running around videotaping the work being done.
He's just a busy guy, and he's just busy.
Red Gorbatov cattle are a breed of cattle developed in the 19th century in Gorbatov district of Nizhny Novgorod Oblast. Yippers. Alberto. I like your name, by the way. Alberto. Is everything okay with the tractor? Yes. Armadillo. That's a cool name, too.
You got a mic on.
Mm-hmm. For my burping?
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it quietly. What am I supposed to do? If you are familiar with Jeremy Clarkson's farm, he opened a farm shop selling own products as well as local ones with huge success. You guys are also farmers and getting famous, so could also do it. Well, we will have a farm shop, and we will be selling our own products. That has always been the plan. We did that in Canada, too. Hello, family in Christ. God bless you all from Pennsylvania. Thank you very much. Natalie, is your oldest son going to visit you in Russia? How do you feel about having him so far away?
We would like him to.
We would love him to visit when he has time. How do we feel about him being so far away? All your children are going to move out eventually. We're very proud of him, and he's doing great. He actually just started a new job. So he liked his old job, but now he started a new job, which I'm even happier with because I think it fits him better. And I think whether he recognizes it or not, I think he likes it better too because he looks much happier now.
Yeah.
But he had a good job for good people, and now I think he's got a better job.
Yep.
Also for good people. To learn any language, you need to have this good feeling and genuine wish to learn it, understanding why you need it and kind of craving, not a burden. Makes sense? Are there campgrounds in Russia? Yes. I think there is.
Not like what we would be used to.
Maybe not to the same degree, but I'm pretty sure somebody told me there's campgrounds.
I don't know about that. I think there's a lot of like kind of resort
People
type
just camp
things.
on the side of the roads?
No, but resort type
in that sense, maybe. Hi from New York. God bless your family. Good luck with everything in Russia. You're in God's home. Lots of love and compassion.
Thank you.
All right. Where were we? When I was there, I didn't have to register every night, only at a new hotel. When I left, I handed my registration forms in at the airport, but they didn't ask for them. Cougs, 15% tax sounds like a dream. My tax rate got lowered to 25 by Trump in 2016. I thought I was lucky then. Yeah, taxes are low here, and you can even have it apply for less than that. Watching Russian movies with English subtitles is also helpful. Yeah, not when you first start, because you didn't understand anything. But now that we understand, however many words, now when I listen to Russian, I can actually listen. I can actually hear stuff that I understand.
It sounds like it's separate words now. Like sometimes they speak way too fast, but other times I actually can distinguish like that they're separate words.
Yeah.
Seriously, when we first got off the plane, it was like it was just
one big long
raw nonsense, and we were like,
kind of like a lot of Russians think I talk like. But now we know some words, and so now when you watch a movie, it's not
I feel like my biggest problem when I hear Russian speaking is they don't speak with their lips. They speak with their tongue, and they
don't pronounce.
No, they keep their mouth straight more, so they inside. So I read lips, so I'm trying to get the pronunciation of their words, and I can't. Like even the teacher there with the kids, I can't pick up words, right? Because I'm a lip reader.
It's 13% in Russia. I thought so. Registration may be inconvenient, but I think it is helpful for the country to know who has come in and where they are. In the UK, we have open borders, so it's lots of criminals and they just disappear. Yeah, and that's why I do agree with it, but I think it needs to be improved on somehow.
Just even a bit easier.
You can set it up differently that you need to have some kind of registration in order to have a job or bank. They're working on that now. Nobody will be able to renew their bank accounts. There's other things that you can implement to keep track of people still.
Even the passports. Why can't the passports have some sort of something?
Right, and where they're registered at, where their house is, what difference does it make? As long as you have a current phone number, you have some way of getting a hold of them. I think there's other ways that can be implemented. I was just reading, what was it again? I was telling Cora. It's between 11 and 35 million illegal immigrants in the United States.
Wow.
I was like,
that doesn't surprise me though. I think how many is probably in Canada too. It's just
I know, but the population of Canada is 40 million, so almost
more than that now.
Well, whatever. Let's just say, I mean, it was 35 for a long time, but on the top end of the illegal immigrants, it's like everybody in Canada, right? 11 to 35, so it's somewhere in between. But supposing it's on the top end, 35 million people. Yeah, see, 40 million in Canada. That's insane. How many illegals? I'd be curious to know how many they have here in this country. I don't know.
I think it would be harder here, actually.
To be illegal?
Yeah.
Well, it's also cold.
Cameras everywhere.
It's easier in the States also because you can live. Like a place like California, it doesn't get cold. Florida, there's places where you can hang out. In Canada already, it's tougher. Like you need housing. You need to, you got to find a place to go. Thanks for the live update. Good luck 2025. Thank you. Sending love and support from Elmira Waterloo. I watch every video and fully support your hard work and progress one day at a time. Please treat yourself for how hard everyone is working. That's awesome. Elmira. Elmira Waterloo. I grew up close to there in a little town called Salem, Ontario. So Elmira and Waterloo are always special. You probably will be able to make very good money if you create good products and advertise correctly. I think so. Clean, non-GMO food will be super huge in the near future. Well, Russia is all non-GMO. People in the cities are starting to wake up to eating and drinking. Yeah, so that's a big thing in Canada and in USA. You can market as non-GMO and pasture raised and all that stuff. Here, it's a different market. It's not the same thing because everything's non-GMO. Everything's technically more organic than it is over there. English people concentrate on consonants when speaking. Other languages concentrate on vowel sounds. For instance, French and other languages don't use the throat and lips like English use nasal.
Yeah, that could be.
Will there be streams in Russian? Oh, not for a long time. Our Russian's pretty limited. Yeah. When you start watching Russian films, I suggest you start with Soviet films and animation. Soviet films are kind and have a good moral. Yeah, well, we watched a bunch of them.
Have we? I don't. Maybe
well,
somebody
Moss,
could send
what's
us.
Moss film? We were watching lots of movies. This is like a while ago, but we were watching a lot of movies
Maybe
from Moss
somebody
film,
could send us a link.
which is the Moscow film something that I don't.
I'm not sure.
Some of them were pretty old. I'm pretty sure they were Soviet Union. Sitting in the middle of European morale and industrial decline, I am so looking forward to moving to Russia in a few years. Nizhny is on our list to check. Beautiful city. It should be on your list. It is wonderful.
Putin was joking about CNN and said that I've died 5 times in the last 2 years.
CNN. That's such garbage. Such garbage. Hello from frigid Saskatoon. Will you keep using the heaters in your house for the rest of the winter or installing wood boiler this year? I don't know. I was going to install wood, but then I got to find wood. I mean, I have the stove. I just don't have it hooked up. Probably just winter's almost over. I'll probably finish it off with electric this year. The bill's going to be big, but next year we'll do something better. Japanese and Chinese is extraordinary. Where did that go? It's gone. Well, I'm not sure what your comment was, but it is gone.
Where did it go? It a night too.
Did you have contact with Canadian Embassy in Russia, or did you do everything yourself? Canadian Embassy in Russia. Canadian Embassy wouldn't help us out for anything here. That's only for Canadian stuff.
I think maybe they meant the Russian Embassy in Canada.
Maybe that's not what it says though.
Yeah, it might have been switched.
Hi man, how's it going? Good. Going good. All right. Oh, I didn't know you still have a son back in Canada. How old is he? You guys became parents very early then. Yes, we did. Colin Kunkel, electricity is very cheap in Russia. Why bother? Yes and no. Our bill was phenomenal. I don't know exactly why, but our first bill was pretty high. Adam, I am Russian, and I think we have plenty of GMO in supermarkets. Sure, not as much as in the West. Still, food in the cities is not great. Well, GMOs are banned in Russia,
yeah,
so
but
I don't know.
It could be that it's coming in from another country.
It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be against the law. They're
just
not allowed
recently.
No, in the last 5 years.
Right.
Yeah.
I know the seeds are not allowed to be GMO. They're not allowed to grow it here, but they're still importing food from other countries, and as far as I know, they can't figure out what they're doing. Like they can't.
Maybe. Okay. Maybe. Serbia is the coldest part of Russia. Arden, what do you think about using solar panels in the future? We had them on our last house. We installed them. We had that's the only electricity we had. I might consider that if the bills continue to be big. I like being on solar. It was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Are the children already asleep?
Some
1,
of
2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them are. And 3 are awake.
Yes.
Moss Film Golden Collection of Movies. Yeah, there were some good ones in there. It really was. And we would watch those, and that's when we knew no Russian, and we would watch them with subtitles. And I didn't find I picked up anything from that because you don't know where one word ends and another one begins. But we should listen to some now again because now that we do understand Russian, it would be easier. it would make it a lot easier. You want me to mention that?
That's gorgeous, wrote that.
Cora's just saying she's doing English lessons now. This is true. She is teaching
So
English
if
now.
anybody's interested.
Yeah, well, not everybody.
No, if there's
We would limit that to
12 and under.
Yeah, younger children or young ladies.
Yes.
Americans can't make difference between Serbia and Siberia. They would always say Serbia is the coldest part of Russia. That's always a joke. All you Americans, we love you dearly. I know, man, but you know, we always joke about that in Canada because Americans don't know geography very well. They can't find anything on a map. So, yeah, that's just a joke, maybe, but it's still funny.
I think it's funny how many people here tell us to send our kids to the school here, but how many young people have said to us, "You're from where?" And we're
I had that the other day.
we're like, we're Kanatskis. We're from Canada, and then
Is that a country?
Is that a country? And we're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've only had that once, but yeah.
No, we had it more than once,
Have we?
2 or 3 times. That they don't know where Canada is, and I'm like, what do you learn in geography if you don't even know where Canada is?
Here's a good one. Do you prefer more cold winter, or what we have this year?
I would prefer it a little bit colder, just because then the sun would come out.
Yeah, amen. I was gonna say the exact same thing.
Yeah, just a little bit. That one.
When it's above zero, it's cloudy.
Yeah.
You get -20. Go ask the people here
below.
in Saskatoon or in Alberta. Here, all these people that just said they had cold weather. I'll bet you their sky is blue as blue can be.
And yeah, sunny. And I feel like when it hovers around zero, it's more damp and it's more like kind of chilly.
Mm-hmm. How soon? Oops, lost that one too. Consider visiting Ural region in the summer. It's very interesting. Ural Mountains are the oldest on the planet. Also Altai. Well, I would argue all mountains are the same age because God formed and created them all at the same time. But I would love to see them. How soon do you plan to learn Russian? Well, that's kind of a silly question. What do you mean by that? I've already learned Russian. We learn Russian every day. So what does that mean? Exactly. And I think I'll be learning Russian for the rest of my life that I live in Russia. So it's strange.
Is it the same one?
Is it difficult to learn a language in a year when you have a lot of work? Yes, absolutely. But in interactions with people, you pick
he's
stuff
clarifying here. I meant learning English.
Learn Russian. I meant learning English
is
mainstream. You should expect a lot of English speakers. French is really
He's clarifying.
I don't know. What do you think? Is there any Sasquatch wandering deep in the forest region? Oh yeah, right there with the Russian bears. There's no wildlife here that we can see, other than still to this day, I've seen one fox, one hedgehog.
You seen a fox? When?
Once. I don't remember where I was driving. We seen one run across the road.
Oh, I must not have been with you.
Yeah, I think it was with the kids. I honestly don't remember where it was. Some birds. Bugs. That's it. I haven't seen anything else.
Does Cora know Russian better than anyone else? Yes.
Oh yeah, Cora's pretty good. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. This American can use a map and know geography pretty good. I'm sure lots do. That used to be a funny thing because there was what was that show called? The guy would go down, he would ask Americans, and then he would always ask questions like that. He was a Canadian guy. I can't think of his name now. Anyway, he would go down to the States and Canadians in here, somebody will know. And he would ask them the basic questions in geography, and none of them have a clue. I'm sure if he had one that did know, he probably wouldn't air that on the show. It was funny. Kazan was fabulous. First time I ate raw horse meat. Interesting. Horse meat is actually very good. As a Dutchman, we eat horse meat as well, sliced and on bread, smoked horse meat. It was very popular. For English, you need someone who is a native speaker and communication with him. Watch your manners, young little boy. Somebody's not behaving, apparently. Tatiana, I would like to say the actual colors of your new Russian house are much better than in Canada. Appreciate your choice. Our Russian house doesn't have any color yet. It is just type art at the moment. Learning Russian is difficult for English speakers, even with proper Russian teacher. The alphabet is completely different. There is a lot to learn. Yes. Adam, climate is definitely changing. Winter is much warmer in Russia now, and I love it. Kind of tired of long, cold winters. Only does. Every single winter, I would ask myself, why did my dad move to Canada? All right, we came from the Netherlands. We moved to Canada in 1988, and I do not like winter. I'm not a winter guy, but at the same time, I do like 4 distinct seasons. So every spring, I forget about how much I don't like winter, and I just love it. And then next winter comes, oh, it's so nice, and then it gets cold, and I get sick of it, and I think, Mexico would be nice. I've never been to Mexico. And then, of all the places in the world to move to, I chose Russia because it's the same as Canada, and it has 4 distinct seasons. And now winter's here, and I'm like, why am I in Russia? And by spring, I'll have forgotten all about it and be very happy. I don't know.
We should probably call it a night.
We should. 18-year-old Australian asked me where Scotland was. And then she asked, is it surrounded by water? I think we're all a little bit like that all over the world.
You and I have always been fascinated with geography, though.
Yes.
To different degrees, right? Like, I still don't know very much about, like, South America, but I know kind of the gist of it. But I think if we went there, it would kind of, it would take us a lot to kind of get.
I spent a lot of time reading and studying and looking at maps and things like that. I do enjoy that. But
we met
some people
from
don't.
Brazil the other day.
I mean, the amount of people that were shocked, when we came here to Russia, people that didn't think we had any cold clothes because we came from Canada. It's like Canada's just as
like
cold
warm
as Russia.
Clothes, like clothes for warm.
Or for cold weather, I meant, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we came from Canada. Of course we have.
Yeah, but we did get rid of everything, and we were traveling the states, so we didn't.
Yeah, but there was still the idea here that, like, Russia, you're in cold country now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it's not very cold here.
Yeah.
Do you have friends in Russia? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I sent you an email about a month ago with recommendations and also found English CC for you. Did you get it? Oh, probably. We get hundreds of emails.
We try.
I don't write them all back, and it's possible that we missed some too. The problem with the Russian language is that you would never ever sound like a native, but you can sound like a Canadian even if you live in Canada for a couple of years. Have you considered Krasnodar region for a place of living? Land price is a lot higher there. I really like Nizhny. I honestly do. I think God brought us here for a reason, and it's just a wonderful area. Krasnodar would be nice just because it's warmer. And maybe one day, I don't know. I have no desire to leave Nizhny. It's treated us very well. It's very lovely. It's very welcoming. It's clean. It's beautiful, and we have a nice farm.
Yeah.
And I don't think my wife and kids want me to move.
No.
We got this nice house. How did you experience moving to another country in general? Was it hard mentally?
I think so. I think it was hard.
At the time, I wouldn't have said so. Looking back, yeah, it must have been, because it just whooped me. It was a hard year. It was real tiring. But I mean, we did a lot too.
Yeah, we were busy.
It was an exhausting
year. We pushed ourselves a lot.
Yeah.
But not like breaking mental. Like we were not like we were.
Yeah. Was it hard mentally? So same question twice, same person? Yeah, Larissa. Yeah, it is hard, but if you're planning it, if you're considering doing it anywhere, it doesn't matter where you're going, do your homework, do a lot, the more the better.
Well, and there's just a lot of things that we just don't understand still, right? Like we just literally are living on faith and hoping that it all works out, and that makes it so much easier.
In every country, I'm sure it's like this, but some things here are like just don't make any sense. Why would you have that law or that rule? That's just the silliest thing I've ever heard. Right. And other things make a lot more sense. And sometimes it's just a matter of how it's explained, because somebody explains and you're like, what? Yeah,
or just the wording's wrong.
Yeah, and then you get the right person to explain. They're like, oh, okay, well, that's logical. Of course, that makes total sense. But, you need to know that, and people need to be patient with you. So I found that here, and I can't speak for other, but I don't know. If you go to Japan, I have no idea how you'll be received. I haven't been there. But here in this part of Russia, we've been received very well, and with very patient people who understand that it's new and it's different. And it's not just the language, the culture's different. Everything's different. The way people think is different. And yet, so similar. I don't know. What do you think about Trudeau? Well, this is a family-friendly show, so I will keep my opinions to myself. But I'm happy he's stepping out. I am. Why don't you add a card number in the description for help? Shy? People will send you same gifts, so you will be forced to give it away.
Some gifts.
Well, we do have a card number in many of the descriptions of our videos. So
you can find them there if you want to give us a gift.
I don't even think this has a description because it's a live show. You don't need to stress about language. It will come naturally. Wilbert de Vries, do you still speak Dutch? And does any of the kids speak it or Anneesa, does she speak it? Ik kan nog wel Nederlands praten, maar niet mijn kinderen of mijn vrouw.
Right.
En mijn Nederlands is niet meer heel perfect. I don't even know what that word is. Sommige woorden weet ik niet meer. Are the equipment you have all bought in Russia? Do you have Canadian ones? Some of my tools are from Canada, but most everything is here in Russian. Kazakhs speak Russian better than Russians, but it is not their native language. Great ascent to their language. Don't be complacent. They're not gone yet. 80% of Canadians hate Trudeau. Yeah. I don't want to be selfish. She's already had a good job and good relationship with her family. How are the mosquitoes? I don't even had that many. Oh yeah, I guess they're up there. Not this time.
There was, but
we were so surprised the difference of Alberta to PEI. Blood donation is a whole different term. You're saying it's worse than PEI because there's some in Alberta. You remember going up camping there up near Bay Tree?
Yeah.
Them things are big enough to lift you off the ground.
Yeah.
I remember reading that the fur trappers in Manitoba right now, the mosquitoes are big enough to kill a horse. They were so big. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Because they learned it since childhood. I meant foreigners from different countries. Did you find parts for your nailer? Yes, I've ordered them. Should be here this week, I think. We are actually considering it. Have you already moved into your new home? Test. What are you testing? Hello, everyone. Countryside for local mayor. I think they would want me to speak Russian before they hire me for that job. Are you tired of New Year's holidays and guests? It seems to me you have had much more intense communication in Russian. And did you live more privately in Canada? We've always been very welcoming.
Yeah, we welcome, but we've never had any real true friends, I don't find.
Well, we've never had a house full of friends either. Mm-hmm. We invited a lot of people over this year. It was really fun.
Yeah, I guess we've invited lots of people over the years, but a lot of them just never make it when we invite them in Canada.
Well, people are busy. People are too cheap to put gas in their car. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We had a big house full of people here. It was busy. Nice.
Here, though, lots of people came.
We were planning to come to Russia this summer.
They're much more community-oriented here.
Probably not too far away. We can come and speak Dutch if you want. Hey, sounds good. Kom maar langs voor een kopje coffee. Mm-hmm. Travis met some people who moved to the U.S. from Germany. Nobody wants to come back. Uh-huh. Yep, PEI has bad mosquitoes. They say Labradors are much worse. Level 2. Labrador. Uh-huh. Well, there's a lot of wet country out there, I guess, maybe. Are you planning on building a bathhouse with a Russian sauna? I had my first Russian sauna yesterday, Vanya. And, yeah, it was pretty neat. I went in there with Waylon and Wes. And we sweated for a while and drank some tea for a while. I'll definitely try it again. Felt relaxing. It was interesting. It just got so hot, or hotter, whatever. And then all of a sudden, boom, my arms got cold. And I touched them, and the sweat had just all of a sudden just started pouring out of my arms, and my arms got cool. It was very interesting.
It's good for you.
I enjoy spending time with you, but I want to sleep. Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. What are your primary drivers for doing all these videos? I started with sharing with family, and then documenting our journey. That's interesting as well.
I find that I'm very grateful that we've done it, because going back and we actually have like a diary, so to speak, of our lives with our children.
Mm-hmm. Mosquitoes are the natural bird in Manitoba. They should put it on the provincial flag. That would be funny. Yeah, why not? Primary driver for doing videos. So that, and then of course we have a wonderful audience now that we are engaged with. We would feel pretty bad not staying in touch, and obviously showing the world what Russia is really like. I think a lot of people are uneducated, and that's something we found. We were really trapped in Canada, not knowing where to go and what our options were. And I would really like people that feel that way or felt that way to know that there are options. There are places in the world that will treat you like a normal human being. Mm-hmm. Treat you with respect and let you live your life.
As long as you treat them with respect.
Well, of course.
It goes both ways.
But you can still come here and have a normal traditional life and not have all this junk forced on you. So that's another driver. And of course, right now it's our only source of income. We have no other income source. So obviously that's part of it as well, because it does pays us a few advertising dollars and helps us not dip into our savings too far, at least until we get our farm running. Did you think of moving to Europe before you decided to come to Russia? Well, Russia is in Europe. Europe's in bad shape.
You did think of it.
A thought crossed my mind because I'm a Dutch citizen. I can move anywhere in the EU for work, as can the children. But I've never seriously looked at moving to Europe.
No.
Just as a like, hey, we could do that, but no, because I want to farm. I want my children to be able to farm, and you can't do that in Europe. It's too expensive. Okay, we should go now.
Mm-hmm.
You are very positive ambassadors for moving to Russia. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How's your back and neck? My back's sore, my neck's sore, my hip's sore. I have just heard you say about 6 hernias while you were talking with Joseph. What is being done for it? Massage, actually. So my hip was so bad. My hip was so bad I couldn't sit in a chair.
He literally stood for like 4 days straight.
Yeah, it was bad.
Even
Or if I did
at
sit,
night, he couldn't sleep.
if I did sit, I'd only have my right cheek on the chair and my left leg. I had to keep it straight, like on my knee, basically on the ground, which is hard on the knee. I've gone to massage twice now.
Mm-hmm.
Thai massage, and that's really helped. So my hip's better. It still hurts, but it's better. Basically, that's a herniated disc that's bothering me, according to the doc. They took an MRI, and they could stick a needle in there, but that's more or less just a painkiller, I think. I'm gonna try massage. Hopefully, they can do something. I don't know. Hopefully, by summer, I'll be feeling better.
Mm.
It's been a rough
I
fall.
think it's been a lot better. You did pick up the washing machine the other day, and you felt some sore stuff, and you just gotta stop lifting heavy things for right now.
The work needs to be done.
Oh.
Somebody's gonna provide for y'all, eh?
Right, but there's other people to help you lift right now. Just stop lifting.
Yeah, my neck's what bothers me the most, right in here. I don't know if you can see me at all here, but this area, it's actually my collarbone, and then in the back of here. It's really sore. Which apparently is also related to a herniated disc. I don't know. I'm not exactly
it's
sure.
the nerve right there on this neck or side.
Hopefully I can get it figured out. Somebody needs to leave us alone. What do they ask? Now?
Oh, it's just about the language.
Oh, yeah.
He's telling them to just stop talking.
Yeah. Showing the world what Russia is really like has been a great benefit. I have watched most of them and seen the generosity of Russian people many times. The world needs to see it. Yeah, I think so too. And then unofficially, we also meet a lot of people. So people that come to visit Russia and for the first time or whatever, if you send us an email, most of the time we have time, we'll meet you. Mm-hmm. So we do that on an unofficial ambassador level as well. I guess we keep joking about it because somebody said, you guys are ambassadors for Russia. Like, oh, okay, cool. As an unofficial thing. But It is nice to meet people. We've met people from Australia, South Africa,
we probably met,
States.
15 people by now?
Oh, likely.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting as well. Yep. In Russian, we've got a lot of French loan words. Douche, for example. Yeah. Right. In Dutch, we have douce, which is very similar as well. Yeah. Now we're finally going to go?
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, you need to listen to Anneesa. Oh, I shouldn't have read that one. Who painted the picture of your tractor? So the owner of the tractor is Andre, and a friend of his painted it for us. It's a wonderful picture.
It is. It's beautiful.
Do you think more people come to countries like Russia, considering it? All the good questions are coming at the end. I can't shut it off. More people come to Russia, considering how downhill the Western countries are going. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're expecting, I think, another 100 families next year here. Or not next year, this year now, 2025.
Yeah.
So yes, I expect a lot more people will come. It's not easy. Russian immigration is a pain. It's gotten a lot easier. We made up our mind to just go and do it because it's worth it, and I don't regret that one bit. But it still needs a lot of work. It was never geared up for Western immigration. So there's a lot of things that don't make any sense and need to be fixed. But how do you fix them? I mean, it's not up to me to decide. I guess somebody has to get serious about it and say, hey, this is what we want. We need to make this easier. And I think a lot of ground has been made in the right direction already. And things will continue to change. How's Aaron's stomach? Good. He is pregnant. Oh boy. Yeah, totally. They're already tired of answering this question. Being an ambassador will fast track your permanent residency. Well, I'm not actually an ambassador. Greetings from Croatia. They apparently translate Russian and understood us. Are there any evangelical churches near you? You should use a pool noodle and lay it on both sides of your spine.
Mm.
I watched your conversations on Channel 2, Aaron. Do you understand history perfectly? Are Canadians generally like that, or are you rather an exception?
He's an exception.
Well, maybe.
I do not.
I love history.
I do not know any history, and honestly, the only history that I've learned is from you over the years.
Yeah.
It's so exhausting.
I love history, politics, war.
It's so
Something I
tiring.
just enjoy reading about. And my brother Marcel and I spend a lot of time reading and discussing politics. None of the rest of my family would be at that level, and there's just
Yeah, and I wouldn't say
and we
Canadian.
debate a lot.
And
too,
I
and
personally don't think that Canadians are. Like
no,
the history lessons we would have got in our school were not good, and we wouldn't have got any Russian history.
see, I'm as a Dutchman. And the church that I grew up in was also predominantly Dutch, and we had our own Christian school, which was very obviously Dutch origin. So a lot of our history lessons, we included a lot of world history because that's where everybody's, me directly, but all of my classmates, their parents or grandparents had all immigrated from the Netherlands. And so there was a lot of European history in our history classes, more so than what she would have had, which is more focused on Canadian history, or maybe also a focus on British history. And so we had the Canadian history, of course, and British history, but also a lot of focus on European-centered history. And I think that also, again, if you create a hunger in a child for knowledge, then they'll just find it. They'll search for it.
Person saying something.
Which person saying what?
That one.
Can you please tell me one thing? You'll see you're a true Christian, but yet again you shot a cow on YouTube. You killed one of God's creatures. When you could, sorry, I don't mean to laugh at you, but you could have got someone else to do it yourself. What difference would it make if someone else shoots the cow or if I shoot the cow? God allows us to eat animals, and there's nothing wrong with shooting a cow.
It's not maybe the blood.
It's not a soul. Human people are made in God's image and therefore have a soul, and we should be very careful about taking the life of a human. An animal, if it's used for food, we don't go out and just shoot things for fun, but if you're going to eat it, that is 100% permissible by God, and has nothing to do with Christianity. You may shoot it and eat it.
But we believe the draining of the blood, though.
We would drain blood, yeah. History lessons are very biased in Western schools. When I learned about World War II, they never mentioned the Eastern Front. Yes, this is very true. And this is something that I've developed an interest in on my own, because obviously Russia had a huge part to play. How big that part is not told in the West. But Russia is there, and even at the close of World War II, as the Allies and the Soviets met in Germany, it is written about there, because the meeting of the two sides is discussed and shown in movies. But what happened prior to that on the Soviet side is not discussed very often. There's a few good movies out there that do talk about it a little bit, but they're far and few between. And I became interested on my own and started reading more about it. But I don't think that's something that the average person is interested in learning necessarily. I understand that we Russian speakers are interested in this channel, but I don't really understand people from over the hill who watch this channel.
This one's...
Moreover, Aaron, not understanding the language, understands the logic of our society, not 100%, but about 75% accurately. Well, thank you very much.
I wouldn't say that all Canadians or all Westerners would understand Russian society. I feel like
probably not.
I feel like
Canada. What is a Canadian? Like, that's so broad, because Canada is literally made up of people from all over the world. I have met people, like every corner of the world is almost represented in Canada, right? Like it's there's so many Russians living there. There's so many former Soviets living there. There's a lot of people from everywhere. And obviously those people do know history. Primarily, it was started obviously by England and has a colonial British lean to all of its history. But the people itself, not the prairies, were predominantly settled by
Ukrainian.
Well, no, not just Ukraine. I mean, you have like southern Alberta was Ukrainian, but you have Hungarian
So is
pockets, and you go up to northern Saskatchewan. There's a lot of Swedes and Norwegians up there. Like, there's little pockets of people all over the place. What camera do we use? I use my smartphone, S23, S22. Okay, we're gonna call it quits. It's a night. An hour and a half. Last time I looked, it was under an hour, and you were telling me to quit.
I already fell asleep out there.
Oh my, wake up. Okay, thank you all for joining us again. And we're probably not going to do this every week anymore. We haven't done it now for what, been a month or something. But yeah, we'll do it once in a while. We'll pop on here for a live. I actually was thinking about trying it early hours of the morning sometime, because a large part of our audience is also in the USA. And right now it is what time? Anyway, that's not accurate time. 10:30. So it's 2:30 in the afternoon in Toronto time. So it's not really a very convenient time for Westerners. So we had considered maybe doing it like 4 or 5 in the morning, our time, Moscow time, which would then be, let's see here, 4 would be 8 o'clock at night, which is when we used to hold our lives when we lived in the West. So we might try that sometime for all of you in the West. It might be more convenient for you. But otherwise, yeah, is what it is. Thank you all for joining us. If you haven't hit thumbs up yet, hit her on the way out the door. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Catch you all later. Bye-bye.